Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Monday Lunchtime Digest. Happy Monday, Haley.
Happy Monday, Micah. How are you today?
I am well. It is good to see everyone. Today is November 18th, 2024. And we have, I know, a lot of stuff that has been happening and going on. So, Haley, kind of catch us up and tell us what's been going on with OCI.
So, lots of awesome things coming up with OCI. First of all, and what I'm most excited for is we have, what is it, our fourth annual Winter Workshop Weekend coming up in 2 weeks, Micah?
Yes. Uh-huh.
So, fourth annual Winter Workshop Weekend. So, with our Winter Workshop Weekend, we have 3 days, 6 trainings, and a total of 18 live CEU hours coming to you. And so, this will be December 5th, 6th, and 7th. So, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll have trainings at 9 a.m. and at 2 p.m. each day. We'll offer 2 ethics opportunities, one working with the in between, and the other the ethical considerations for getting called to court. And so if you are an LCSW and you need those last minute live CEs, or you're an LMFT and need to get those CEs, be sure to join us here in a couple of weeks. Also, if you're an LPC and LADC, want to get a head start, we are approved by the Board of Behavioral Health, LADC Board, Board of Licensed Clinical Social Workers, and this will meet criteria for those MBCC credits. And so if you have any questions at all, please be sure to send us an email, hello@edmondcounseling.com, or text us at 405-440-3034. I know I'm excited for all of the trainings, but I'm especially excited to welcome back Dr. Brian Pilecki. Dr. Brian Pilecki is doing a 3-hour webinar with us on considerations for incorporating psychedelics into treatment. And so that's not, of course, legal yet in Oklahoma, but it is legal in Oregon, where he has been practicing for the last so many years. And we actually had Dr. Pilecki give this presentation a couple of years ago. It's since been removed from the catalog just because we like to keep that catalog fresh. But it had really, really high reviews last time, and I'm expecting some good marks this time too. So with any of our upcoming trainings, feel free to send us an email if you have any questions, but we hope to see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to that. And, I've seen on Facebook a lot where LCSWs are asking where they can get some of those live CEs. So, yes, let your LCSW colleagues know that they can come to our winter webinar weekend and get their live CEs there. So send them our way. And then, Haley, Friday I went and I spoke at the Oklahoma Children's Coalition. I did ethics training there with them and had a really good time. They're a great bunch of people and had a really good ethics training. And so just to let everyone know that we do in-house trainings as well. So if you have an organization that you might want to look at having us come and do a in-house training for you, then just let us know. We would be happy to talk to you more about that and get that set up. And so again, you can contact us at hello@edmondcounseling.com or 405-440-3034. So
Yes.
Haley, what is going on in the world of mental health?
So I have 2 stories for us today, one coming to us from Oklahoma and one nationally. First of all, from Oklahoma, this is something that might not be news to many folks, but I just recently learned about. Our very own Oklahoma City University just recently got provisional accreditation to be APA accredited in their clinical psychology program.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes, and
That's
so with
fantastic.
APA, it is very fantastic. And so with APA accreditation, that anyone who graduates from an APA accredited program would technically meet criteria to become a licensed psychologist in the state of Oklahoma. And so the Oklahoma City University, they opened up their clinical psychology program about 5 or 6 years ago. And so since then, they've been working very hard on that accreditation piece. And so with the provisional accreditation, they basically will meet criteria for the next 4 to 5 years until they have their site visit. And at that time, they'll be evaluated for full accreditation. And so if you would like to learn more, you can go to Oklahoma City, look up Oklahoma City University, located in the heart of the metro. It's really exciting. We need more clinicians in this state. So I'm really glad we have another educational opportunity.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And some news that I have talking about like Graham Mental Health has just recently opened up a new residential care facility in Claremore. And so this is for adults. It has 22 beds called Horizon Enhanced Residential Care. And so if you have a client that you think would be good for them, they're working with ODMH to coordinate referrals to their program. But that is really great having a residential treatment program that this is for people that have more mental health concerns as opposed to just like substance abuse. At least that's my understanding. And to have residential care as opposed to just acute. where go to acute, they stay there for a little while, and then they go back into the community. Well, maybe they're not quite ready to go back to the community, and they still need a higher level of care than intensive outpatient or partial hospitalization. So that's something that is really exciting that's happening.
That is very exciting. Grand has launched a lot of interesting and helpful initiatives all over the northeastern part of the state, and this just sounds like it's going to be really helpful for you. Said the community of Claremore, that's where it's located?
Claremore, yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. All right, Hayley, your turn. What do you have for us?
So this actually comes from Cambridge University, so I guess it's more international than anything. But there was recently a study on the effectiveness of transcranial magnetic stimulation. And so transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS, is an intervention in which folks sit in a TMS chair, and a magnetic pulse is applied to the left side of the brain on the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. And so it is FDA cleared for treatment-resistant depression, OCD, and PTSD, and there's other and generalized anxiety too. And recently, the FDA has cleared it for, I believe, as young as age 16. And so, this study, what it looked at was what is the effectiveness of short-term TMS as well as adding treatments to TMS. And so, currently, what TMS looks like is you go into the clinic 36 times for 20 minutes at a time, have the pulses applied to your noggin there. And so it's a long-term treatment. It takes place over about 6 to 7 weeks or so. But in this study, what they looked at was not only what does treatment look like if we were to apply this in only 1 week. So we're doing 4 20-minute sessions per day for 5 days. But also they looked at what would happen if we applied the pressure to, or the pulses to, both sides of the brain. And so with applying it also to the right side of the brain, it hits another part of that dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. And so what they found was that in those folks who had only received the left side of the brain but had that short-term treatment, they saw about 18% saw a reduction in depression symptoms by half. So the clinical inventories that they administered, they showed half as many symptoms after 1 week. But those who had it applied to both sides, 50% of those folks showed at least a 50% reduction in symptoms. And so it is not cleared for, multiple times a day, 4 or 5 days a week. This is just preliminary research, but it's promising to show that, hey, maybe we don't need folks to come in, every day for 6 weeks, or maybe we don't need to, spread this out over, just do it once per day. And so if you want to learn more about TMS too, just to plug here, we do have a 1-hour training on transcranial magnetic stimulation in our catalog right now. Dr. Tate Woodward with Elevation Health right here in Edmond, located on 33rd and Kelly. He has a clinic that he just opened up last month, and they're now taking insurance. But he also was kind enough to give us an hour of his time to talk about not only his practice, but what is transcranial magnetic stimulation. That way we therapists can have a better understanding for what it is, how we can partner with TMS providers, and also how can we explain it to clients as well. Because I know for me, the first time I heard about it, I was a little skeptical and a little confused, like, magnetic pulses to the side of the brain, and that's supposed to help. But no, the research is very clear that is very helpful for these treatment-resistant disorders.
Wow. Yeah, that's really interesting, the findings that they have on that. And then, also talking about TMS, a lot of people have in their mind these old images of electric shock therapy. Mm-hmm. And I was actually watching an episode of The Penguin that is on Max. It's very good if you haven't seen it. But the episode I was watching yesterday, excuse me, actually had one of the characters that had been admitted inpatient to this, of course it's TV land, so this horrible place. And they did electric shock therapy, and it looked like, something that you would imagine happened in the 50s or 60s or something like that. And with how it is now, I know that Dr. Woodward came and spoke with us, and basically it looks like a dental chair that you sit in. And then as he described it, there's just a little bit of a tingling on the side of the head, like maybe someone's just kind of, maybe scratching a little bit or tickling it a little bit or something like that. And that's it. So as far as any of this, you have to lay down and bite something and then you get shocked. It is definitely not like that.
No, not at all. From what I remember from the training, Dr. Woodward said that usually the first session, folks report some discomfort that can usually be, he always recommends like ibuprofen, like it's nothing that's too crazy. But then after the first session, typically folks don't report any kind of pain or discomfort. Just we're sitting in the chair for 20 minutes talking to Dr. Woodward about life, the universe, and everything.
Interesting. Wow. Well, I have a couple more things to share real quick. So, found an article where the Cherokee Nation is starting a veterans treatment court for nonviolent offenders. And so they got this from a 1 million 4-year grant from the Bureau of Justice that they're able to offer this alternative court for veterans, alternative sentencing, I should say, for veterans in order for them to be able to get the treatment that they need. And the other thing that I found is that SAMHSA recently launched a behavioral health workforce career navigation website. And so I have put that in the feed on the Facebook. You can click on that and look at that. And it is really neat. It has, I'm just looking at it right here. It has a picture of the United States with all the states, and you click on it and it will say what the different types of mental health professionals that are in the state, like licensed alcohol and drug counselor, licensed professional counselor, because in some states the LPC is called something a little bit different, like licensed clinical mental health counselor, those types of things. Talks a little bit about what the qualifications are for that, and then it has a link there where you can click and follow, and it takes you to that board's website and things like that. So that is a really neat thing that's just been launched on the SAMHSA website.
How helpful will that be?
Yeah, definitely. If people are thinking about moving or whatever, where they can just go there and have a really easy one place just to click on and find what are some of the different mental health professions that are there, and then also what the qualifications are. And again, an easy link to the website of that state.
Thank you. Not that I'm looking at leaving you, Micah. You're stuck with me.
Oh, yeah. No. We need to stay here unless we open an Edmond counseling and I don't know. Hawaii. There we go. Edmond
there you go.
Hawaii. Yeah.
I'll be the official Edmond Counseling Ambassador to Hawaii.
Okay.
Micah. I've got
I think Terry Shuline, our other therapist, she really likes Hawaii. So she may beat you out. But Hayley, who won the drawing for this week?
So I am very happy to announce this week's winner is our good old friend, Charles Gossett. Thank you, Charles.
Hey, congratulations, Charles. Congratulations to you. So you won a gift card to Starbucks. So congratulations to you. Hopefully you are able to get some Starbucks while you're doing your holiday shopping, running out and around. And so, Hayley, how can people be like Charles and win?
So you can be like Charles and win by doing one or all three of three things. You can like this post, you can share this post, and you can comment your answer to today's question. Every time you do one of those three things, not only do you get entered into a chance to win next week's drawing, but you also help us grow. You help us to be seen by other professionals, by other folks who follow our page and beyond. And so anytime that you correspond with us, not only do we like to hear your answers, but you also help us out as an organization. So thank you, Charles.
Thank you so much, Charles. We really appreciate you. And thank you for all that you guys do there at Slate in helping people.
Yes.
All right. So what is our question for today, Hayley?
So this week's question is, what is something that you collect? So Micah, how about you? I've been to your home. I've seen some cool knickknacks and some books, but what are things that you like to collect?
Yeah, well, I really don't like to collect anything. My goal is to, whenever I die, to have as few things as possible left. Of course, I don't want to be impoverished, but I mean, I'm trying to get rid of things as opposed to bring more things into my life. But if there was something that I am kind of somewhat collecting, I love old self-help books. And so self-help books from the 50s, the 40s, 60s, anything like that. And my favorite one, and Hayley, I know I showed you this whenever you came over to the house one time, is a self-help book from the, I want to say mid-50s on how to, what's it called? Something like how to save your husband or how not to let your husband die. And so it's written for women because apparently, I guess, men were under a lot of stress entering the workforce after the war or something like that and having a lot of heart attacks. And so it was written to women that you can save your husband's life by having dinner ready for him when he came home, having his slippers ready. And, you may have had a lot that's happened to you during the day, but, keep those things to yourself. Just don't unload on your husband as soon as he gets home. It was very interesting to see how that was written in society at that time. So that one's my favorite, but I have some other ones too. So if I happen to be in a bookstore, I look in the self-help section and look for some really old ones to grab. So that's what I collect. So Hayley, How about you? What do you collect?
Well, I know I learned a lot from that book when I thumbed through it that day. So took some notes.
Yeah, learned a lot, like what not to do. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, for me, I know there's a lot of books behind me. I like to collect books, but what I really like to collect are records. I have my record player behind me here. I'm in my living room right now, and I love to collect old records. Whenever I was in high school, this was before all of us millennial hipsters really started started collecting records. But I remember I bought an original Sergeant Pepper from some guy at a flea market for $2. And I'm really proud of that one. It has the original cutouts and everything still in it. So it has original advertisements inside. And so I have lots of gems, but I like new ones too. But I love records.
Oh, nice. Very nice. So we'd love to hear from you on what are some of the things that you like to collect. So just put that in the comment section. And as Hayley said, whenever you answer the question by putting that in the comment section, you like this post, you share, this post, you do any of those things, then you're entering in more times that you can win for the weekly drawing. And then also, anytime that you join us for a training or you tell another colleague about us or visit our website, anything, then you are helping to promote our mission of providing quality continuing education to mental health professionals. So we want to thank you guys so much for that.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for tuning in today.
All right, everyone. Have a good week. Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.